Welcome replay viewers to this edition of Steel Doug's Idea here at FrameableFaces Photography in West Bloomfield, Michigan. Hey Ismail, hey Danny Beck is here. What's up Matt? What's up Matt? And Mrs. What's up Amanda? What's up Jeff? Oops, sorry. Here I am. Hey now. What's happening, everybody? Hey, Laura T sells real estate. How we doing on this Monday? Hey, weirdo. Snowing where you are, huh? Hey, Danny. What's up? Love Danny Beck. Allie's actually not here today. She is home, and she's going to be going to pick up Lacey, our daughter, at the airport. Hey, Maximilian. Oh, you've been scoping with Matt. Nice. Love you too, Danny. Sausage. What's up, Dima? Hey, Monica. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Steel Doug's Idea. Hey. We're going to share some stuff today that I think should be useful and helpful, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna. It's just me today. And he's a Jets fan. Your husband's a huge Jets fan? I'm not necessarily a Jets fan or hater. I'm relatively indifferent to the Jets. I'm a Cowboys fan. Hey, Brain Connection. But this is a North Farmington Raiders football hat. No, I'm not a Jets guy. I'm a Cowboys guy. Yeah, I know. You either love them or you hate them. I know. Sorry, Danny. Hey, Renee Churchill. How you doing? I know. Sorry. And Weirdo's a Jack Daniels fan. Who isn't, weirdo? Okay, so just to introduce myself for those of you who don't know, and as more people come into the room, my name is Doug Cohen. I'm here at FrameableFaces Photography, which is our photography studio in West Bloomfield, Michigan. It's a suburb of Detroit. Good morning, Renee. And my wife, Allie, and I scope on Tuesday through Friday mornings with the Doug and Allie Morning Show. We do a show tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock on Parachute TV 1. 2 o'clock Eastern. Hey, Blue Moon Design. Dima, way to go. Oh, hi, Allie. Allie's in the room. And every Monday I do this show where I share a tip. Usually some kind of marketing or live streaming type of tip that is usually tailored, hey, beach girl, usually tailored towards small businesses, brick and mortars, entrepreneur types, because that's what we are. We are a brick and mortar mom and pop business. We are a photography studio. Hey, Hunter's mama. And every Monday I do this where I share some ideas. And they're usually things that I've done in the studio to try to help grow the business. So they're things that you can do too, and I'll show you how I did them in a practical way, in a real life way, with a real case study, if you will. So today we're going to talk about curation. Yeah, Allie's going to steal my idea. Today we're going to talk about curation and how you can use it to give people the gift of Periscope, so to speak. Thanks, Danny. To build your community. And so for those of you like Danny, who's in real estate, Laura T, who's in real estate, hey, Trisha, who's in the outdoors business, anybody that's building a business and building community and wants to try to not only grow their following, grow their community. Hey, Mike, grow their leadership in terms of thought leadership in their industry. This is a good way to do it. Hey, Taylor. And so I'm going to show you some stuff that I did this past week. Just to give you an idea, I want to start with what I think is a really good idea for people to do, which I just did, just kind of as prep for this show. I looked up the word curator. All right, see you, weirdo. The word curator in Wikipedia, and I was really pleasantly surprised at how much was there under the word curator in Wikipedia. And I encourage you all to plug this in and check it out. It'll get you to think a little bit in terms of what your role really is as a curator for the content that you find and share with your audience for your business. Check it out. Let's move this a little closer, shall we? Thanks for inviting everybody. So you can see curator. There's a whole page on curator. a curator, a keeper of a cultural heritage institution, curator responsibilities, responsibility for acquisitions and collections care. But then it also talks about education and training. Hey, Sonia. And it even has a segment in here on technology and society. In the same way that a museum curator may acquire objects of relevance or an art curator may select or interpret a work of art, the injection of technology and impact of social media into every aspect of society has seen the emergence of technology curators. People who are able to disentangle the science and logic of a technology and apply it. What are we stealing today? Today we're stealing some ways, Sonia. Hey, Joyfully Me. We're stealing some ways to curate content and use it to give to somebody as a Periscope gift to build your community. And what do I mean by that? Yes, awesome shirt, right, Joyfully Me? What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at what I did this week to illustrate, okay? This week on a show that we do, and just kind of apply this to whatever business you're in, but in our business, in the photography business, we have a show now on Parachute TV 1. It's on tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern Time called The Photoshop. And our role there, and really what's kind of been our role all along in our business and with our photography studio, has to try to find interesting things in the world of photography, stuff that we can share with our clients, ways to take better pictures, just people who are photography enthusiasts, things that relate to our business. And that's what the Photoshop is all about. It's about finding trends in photography, great photos from around the internet, things that we can share with people that are of interest to people who like photography. So this past week, one of the articles I shared was this one, Nature Photography. There you go. And this one I shared was about a whole article with photos of the charming record stores of Southern California. Trisha, all of this stuff is on Catch, and we're going to get to that too, in terms of how to share it, how to store it, how to curate, how to share, okay? And I thought this article was very cool, The Charming Record Stores of Southern California. These photos are from a book that was published by a photographer named Mike Spitz, and they're all photos of record stores, okay? So I thought this was so cool that what I did was I looked up Mike Spitz, and I went, yeah, barrel of lard, right? And I went to Mike Spitz's website, I got his phone number, and I picked up the phone and I called him. I called him up. He had no idea what Periscope was. So yeah, sharing his content. And not only did I share his content, but I built a relationship in the way that I did it. Because I called him up and I said, hey, I have a show on Periscope. He was like, what's Periscope? So I explained it to him. Periscope, it's a new live streaming app. It's a way that you can share your expertise. It's a way you can meet people. It's a way you can see the world. You can teleport yourself. I gave him the whole rundown in a nutshell. He was very intrigued. He thought, oh, that's really cool. He said, how can I said, I'm going to share your photos on this show that I'm doing. He says, well, how can I see the show? I said, okay, I'll tell you. So I sent him an email. I crafted an email. I'm going to show you the email that I put together. Here's the email. Okay. It's probably going to be hard for you to see, but I will read it. I said, hi, Mike. Nice talking to you today. As I mentioned before, here are a few relevant links for you regarding Periscope and our weekly show, The Photoshop. Right, Sonia? I'll try and move this a little closer. And you know what? Let me take off the... there we go. This might be easier to see. Hang on. I'll just go wide angle instead of fisheye. Bear with me here for a second, people. Very nice to ask permission. Yeah. Well, and you know what? I wanted to just let them know I was doing it. This was out on slate.com, so it's out there for everyone to see. This is a guy that published them in a book, and they're out on the internet. Might be hard to see. But anyway, just another task, right? I know. I'm giving you lots of things to do, right? So I said, here are a few relevant links for you regarding Periscope and our weekly show, The Photoshop, and we're looking forward to sharing your work on the show. Here is a landing page URL for direct web viewing of, yes, exactly, Jen, at Parachute TV 1, which is the channel that our weekly show is on Tuesdays at 2, and here's the link to periscope.tv/Parachute TV 1. And then at FrameableFaces, our own channel for our photography studio in West Bloomfield, Michigan. So I gave them the links to Parachute TV 1 and to our to our page. So for those of you that aren't on, Editor or Parachute TV or aren't broadcasting through another channel, it's the same principle. I still gave them our channel and our URL, and I said you can follow both of those handles on Twitter and view the broadcasts there live or for 24 hours on replay. So giving them the little rundown on how Periscope works. Beyond 24 hours, you can see replays of the Photoshop at this link. This is my catch link, catch.me/FrameableFaces/the Photoshop on Parachute TV 1, which is a list that I curated on Parachute TV 1, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Hey, Therese. Everybody with me so far? Any questions as I go through this? How you doing, Therese? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Okay. And then I said, and now here's my little, how much have you missed? You haven't missed a ton, Therese. Basically, in a nutshell, just to reset, I reached out to a photographer whose work I saw on the internet that I was going to feature on a broadcast that I did, and let him know that I was going to broadcast it. He didn't know what Periscope was. I explained it to him. He was intrigued. He said, how can I see the show? I said, I'll send you some links. And so this is the email that I crafted to him. I said, as for Periscope in general, it was named App of the Year in the Apple Store for 2015. It's not a year old yet. I will, Allie. It was named App of the Year, and it's not a year old yet, and it's owned by and integrated with Twitter. Right, Danny? You can download the app on a smartphone and or a tablet and tune in and engage. Hey, Barefoot Beliefs. No problem, Therese. Hi, Summer. And you can download the app on a smartphone or a tablet and tune in and engage by chatting with the broadcaster and other viewers live. How you doing, Summer? As the show is happening. Hey, Barefoot Beliefs. In the replay, you will be able to see that we are constantly interacting with the viewers and they become part of the show. Hey, Stoner 19. It's really an amazing platform and is starting to become pretty widely adopted. Here is an article. Yes, Tricia, you can use a tablet. It's a mobile app, so you can use it on a mobile device. You can't live stream on Periscope from a computer, but you absolutely can on a tablet. Yeah, Laura T and Danny Beck, you guys should definitely connect. So, well, I'll get to where it ended up going, Sonia. So, here's an article I wrote about it on LinkedIn recently, if you're interested, and I included this little article on 3 ways Periscope can help. Feel free to reach out with any questions. So I sent him that email, okay? So I sent him that email to let him know about Periscope, and he thought it was pretty cool. He was intrigued. This is a guy who's trying to market his book. So then we did our show on Parachute TV. We did the Photoshop. We highlighted this guy's photos. And when I go now to our catch page, so here we are at our catch page. Just another way that you can use catch. More exposure for everybody. See, that's the thing. Sonia, Laura, Danny, for you guys that have taken this strategy, and Trisha, you too, for those of you who are on here live streaming to increase your business, build your community, and become real leaders in your community by doing this because you're so early in the game. I'm sorry about that light. I hate that big light above my head. You know what? Let's do this. While I'm talking to you, I'm going to go this way. So here's the thing. I want to be an advocate for photography. I want to build my photography community and lift it up and call attention to all the good things that are going in photography. And I'm going to do it literally not just by live streaming here and word of mouth with our clients who we photograph and the blog that I do, but I'm going to do this as outreach to other photographers and bring them into Periscope, introduce them to what we do, and highlight their work to our audience and just continue to build that community. And I've taken the Photoshop from the Parachute TV Catch channel, and I've made my own list here on our page of our shows on Parachute TV 1, even though it's on their channel instead of ours. So that's our page. And this is where this guy can go to see the show. This one over here is the show that included his stuff. So what I did was you can go to any show like this, and I know we've covered some of this already. Yeah, Therese, Catch is amazing now. With all the new features, it's amazing. So you go to the share video, and then right here you can get a unique URL. So afterwards, I sent him that unique URL just so he could have the actual URL to the show. And here's what he did with it. This is his Facebook page. Okay, and he doesn't have a crazy full-blown social media strategy on every platform, but he does have Facebook and he does have Twitter. Right? Great repurposing, right, Sonia? He took our catch link and posted it on his page, the Record Store Book. And that's his book, the Record Store Book, where we took those photos from that were on slate.com. And here it is. Listen to this broadcast that was on Periscope talking about the book and our feature on slate.com. He even starts about 13 and a half minutes into the streaming, which is what I told him. Here's the catch link, and there it is right on his page. It's the Photoshop with Doug and Allie from FrameableFaces Photography. He just introduced us to his audience, which is very cool because now his audience knows us. And it was a great endorsement and PR for his brand and for his book. It just shows that people in the photography world are talking about his work. So he put it onto his page as an endorsement. We get the benefit of being introduced to his audience. And now he and I have talked on the phone a couple of times and we've got a relationship going now. Cool, right? So now he's discovered what Periscope is all about. Hey, you are a skin tea lady. He's discovered what Periscope is about. He did it by discovering our show where we talked about him. We handed him this nice little gift, this nice little testimonial where we talked about his work to a bunch of viewers. Very cool connection, right, Danny? It's the way to do it as a curator. So as you're doing your broadcasts, Danny, Laura, Sonia, Trisha, any of you who are doing your broadcasts about your industry, go out and find the leaders in your industry. Do a little research, find something that they've posted. Find something they've posted. You got it. And then let them know ahead of time that you'd like to share it on your show. They'll probably be flattered. They might not even know what the heck you're talking about. And then you can turn them on to Periscope. And then you can give them the catch replay. You can even give them the specific URL for the time slot in your catch replay that just covers where you've talked about them. Now, in this case, I gave this gentleman the entire link. I didn't segment it out. He asked me where it started, and I told him. So he said in his post that it starts 13 and a half minutes into the broadcast. But I felt like it was important, depending on who you're sharing it with, just another minor thing here. I think depending on who you're sharing it with, some people might want about how you can segment it. Right, Danny? Yeah. You did that with your Tech Tuesday and tagged the vendor to start a relationship. There you go, Sonia. Make sure you're reaching out to these people ahead of time and let them know that you're doing it, just in case they do have Periscope or if they want to tune in. But if not, just send them the link afterwards. And depending on who you're sending it to and what you're talking about and where the whole what your whole show is about, I think like the fact that his book and his work was something I covered in the context of an entire show about photography, I actually think is a nice little extra bonus for him, you know, that he was featured on a photography show. Not some random show where I just happened to talk about him because it came to my mind for a couple minutes. Hey, Matt, if that were the case, if it was just kind of a random thoughts show and I just happened to think about it and I talked about this guy for a few minutes, I might segment that show or that piece. Good way to get local as well. Absolutely, Sonia. Yeah, international or local, depending. You can cover that either way. It's a good way to build local, for sure. Turn people onto your local backyard. It serves both purposes. But I think like for this guy, the whole show is about photography. So I think to show that we were talking about his stuff in the context of other photography trends and things that were going on, I think that's a nice little feather in somebody's cap to know that they were featured on a photography show. If it's something that just came up in the course of conversation, then maybe try to segment out that little piece and send it to them so they can just share that piece of it. No problem, Laura. So that's really it. That's my idea for today. Be a curator. Look up curator on Wikipedia and get a whole feel for what curating really means and think of yourself that way. Thanks, Sonia, right? Hey, love of Spanish, thanks for being here. So think about, take your job as a curator, the Dog Alley Show. No problem. Think of your responsibility as a curator when you're sharing your information and your content and doing your shows that are content driven. And then find the best stuff, reach out to the people ahead of time who have the best stuff, let them know what you're doing, and build those relationships. They'll come in handy someday, and it's just good practice, I think. Sorry about that light. Seems like I can't escape. I can't escape the light. It's directly above my head when I'm sitting at my desk. There's light everywhere. Okay, what are you going to do? It is what it is. Questions, thoughts? Anybody before I get rolling? You're welcome, Danny. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you guys came and stayed and thought this was good stuff. If you do this, yeah, light attracts light. Fantabulous stuff. Thanks, Sonia. If you guys do this sort of thing, if you run with this idea, let me know. I always like to know how people are putting my ideas into practice. And when I see you do it, you might do it in a way that I can, steal back a little. Thanks, Brain Connection. All right, everybody. This was a relatively quick one. Hello, Joe. Hello, Joe. Joe, I'm finishing up now. You're late, Joe. Joe, you're late. Joe, I have my guru hat on today. I'm being a guru. You're welcome, Therese. You're at Airprint. What's Airprint? Oh, you're at the airport. Oh, you're heading to Mexico now. Joe Simon's getting ready to go to Mexico where he's going to eat lots of churros. And I'm not going to snuggle with you, Joe. And tune in to watch Joe eat churros in Mexico and wear out his welcome at various seedy hotels and establishments. And snuggle with Pappy. Joe, sorry about the cat. I know that's been rough. Okay, everybody. I'm going to shut her down. This was a good one, I hope. Thank you for being here. Feel free to share. And once again, let me know if you do steal this idea and how it goes for you. And we will see you tomorrow morning. Thanks, Max. Frozen? No, I'm not frozen. Stop it. Am I really frozen? I hope I'm not frozen. But we'll be back tomorrow morning for the Doug and Alley Show. Sometime tomorrow morning, somewhere between 8:30ish and 10:30ish. And we hope to see you then. Hi, Victor. I'm actually finishing up now. So we'll hopefully see you tomorrow morning. Thanks for tuning in. It'll be available on replay and catch. Sorry, Victor. I know. Stop it, Joe. Joe, stop it. All right. See y'all later. Bye.